I'm out of focus. Let me fix that. It'll sort itself out eventually. It'll autofocus. So, hello and welcome in to tonight's stream. We've got a couple of announcements, one of which you can see right there in this corner, and continually at the bottom of all of our streams. We are now partnered up with Found Familiar Coffee. That's one of the reasons we were a little bit late. We were all looking at coffee stuff on their website. If you guys go to, I don't have my notes up here, foundfamiliar.com/#RoleThis will get you there for now. It is going to be changed very soon to where you guys will be able to do that a little bit differently. But if you just go to foundfamiliar.com, you can put in the code RoleThis to help support the stream and get yourself some phenomenal coffee. On top of that, if you look down in our panel section or over at this screen now, I believe I got it up on there. We've got Reckless Deck on there as well. If you guys use the code RoleThis1 at the checkout, you will get 15% off of your entire order with them. Reckless Deck is a phenomenal way to generate characters and worlds through random generation by drawing cards that have different prompts on them, and they're great for not only utilizing in your like D&D games, but if you're writing a novel or anything along those lines. The set here, as you guys may have noticed, is significantly different. There may be a little echo still. We are currently treating up a basement to use as a studio, so we finally found a consistent location that we'll be able to do the stream from, and so let's see, what else do we have? Anything that you guys can think of that I've forgotten?
No, Reckless Deck.
Yeah,
we mentioned that.
Found Familiar.
Really cool with Reckless Deck coming up very soon. Did talk about Found Familiar. There are some changes to that, but just stay tuned to like our socials, and you guys will be the first to know what's going on. Everything that we've got is at RoleThis. So keep your eyes on.
Exciting things are happening.
Yes, the Reckless Deck thing that's coming up is going to be really cool, but we're going to announce that soon, as opposed to right now. So I guess we should do a little recap of where we are right now. It's been a couple weeks because unfortunately we had some issues with our attempt at streaming from Pawn and Pint. Phenomenal people. We love you guys if any of you are watching right now, and can't wait to come back out there just to be out there. You guys that are watching will see a little kind of commercial type thing at our halfway point tonight about Pawn and Pint, just because we like them. So we're going to share them with you guys. If you're local to Kansas City, they're a great place to hit up if you want to just hang out with friends in a place that is not your own home. So, stay tuned for that. But where we are in the story, over the course of past, I don't know, as far as your travel from Revel home, it's been a couple, maybe 3 weeks now, I think, actually, because this has kind of been your longest stretch of time doing a thing. And there's been some time in between certain instances as well. But the, let's see, I'm sorry, I'm still trying to find my notes here. There we go. Okay, so we're good on that. But you guys infiltrated the city at the request of Nethreshara, the rightful heir to the city of Nethreshara. And you chose, instead of entering through an open gate that had mysteriously swung open as your chosen entry point of a somewhat hidden tunnel was closed off to you. Instead of entering through that open space, you made your way over the wall, utilizing one of Kale's abilities to summon a weapon, a grappling hook could be used as a weapon, to traverse over the wall. You guys made it up there. There was a number of doors that at first were not too difficult to get through, one of which a little tough, but eventually did pop open. Then you guys made your way down after opening up the eastern gate to allow for Nethreshara and her rangers to enter into the city in an easier method. After that, you headed towards the center of the city and were met by a massive Balor, red-skinned, 20 feet tall, massive wings, flames coming off of him, and your new friend, Ithalian, who jumped over you guys as soon as the Balor appeared and clashed into battle with it. Kaled Strats chose to join this fight, not wanting to leave Ithalian on his own. As he charged forward, his form morphed into the hybrid draconic form that you had seen previously. Kaled Strats is a dragonborn, however, when this transition happens, he takes on elements of his chosen god, Koral, and sprouts wings, a tail, his horns come out and grow back, his size expands, his strength increases. And as you charged forward, you came to realize this may be
too much.
Oh, did that?
And it's like, ooh, it hot.
Think damage inflicted upon a body in just a couple of blows by this creature. Yeah. You joined the other two members of your party, and all of you made your way farther in towards the city, towards the center of the city. In doing this, you were met by what almost appeared to be a familiar individual, a red-skinned demonic fiend that landed in front of you. Mm-hmm. This one slightly different than the one you had met in the woods, having a multitude of black tattoos, a scar across his face, and he revealed himself to be the brother of the individual you had killed in the woods. In a rather long fight, but surprisingly undamaging to you guys, you ended up defeating this Cambion as well as one of his what in the world are those things called?
Hellhounds.
Monstrous dogs. They're much more powerful than hellhounds.
Oh, then dire hellhounds.
Shasuva. They're called Shasuva, is what they are. They're in the Monster Manual if you would like to look them up.
That sounds like a flavor of coffee.
They are horrifying. One of which, though, was destroyed by Rallus, the white winter wolf that is the size of larger than a horse, basically, and is frequently ridden by
He's a big boy.
A previous acquaintance that jumped off and joined you in the fray. This previous acquaintance being Kira, the leader of a band of elven rangers from the Shifting Forest, and also, I believe, was revealed to you, Princess as well, of that kingdom of elves. And going forward now, we pick up right where that battle ended. You guys catching your breath, dead Shasuva in front of you, Rala standing up, looking around for another fight. Black blood dripping from his jaws, completely uninjured. And Kira standing there, looking around, kind of sharp-eyed as the rangers above, these green-clad individuals, greens and brown leathers, shooting down the flying demons and fiends in this area. They're coming from the blackened clouds above. The seeming spell or showcase of presence of the Northern Lights shooting through has not been quite enough to fully push back the black clouds above. And the smoke is still billowing from the towers all around as well. At your feet lay a dead Cambion as well, freshly beheaded by Kale, as was the same as his brother, whose head was thrown down in front of this one prior to the beheading. What do you guys want to do now?
In Lycan, I'll think. I call him Rufus. What was his name? It's not Rufus.
Rufus.
Rallus. I will thank him in Lycan.
Okay, perfect.
She's still in.
I'm still in.
You're still in.
I'm hybrid.
How specifically do you say it as if you were saying it in common?
So that's what I was wondering is, do I actually say it out loud? Because I know I could do telepathy
to me and say
as if I would say
precisely.
Tyrellus, thank you for your great battle. There'll be many more ahead. I hope for you to join us.
And he's looking around and he kind of like looks at you as you press these thoughts towards him, and inside of your head you hear, "Certainly, I relish this." And he kind of shivers his back muscles.
Yeah.
Sounding
He's a good boy.
rather vicious.
Ready to go.
Compared to Kira, who is very
Dainty sounding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who now stands up from her kind of crouched position where she had struck under the one Shasuva that was killed by Elandwar directly in front of you, and looks towards you guys. Oh, well, this is very surprising.
We've come a long way, Kira.
Kira.
She looks at you.
Yeah, he's.
It's
Elandwar, it's some
yeah.
time.
It has been a while. It is.
This guy gets around.
It is nice to see you. I'm glad that you're here.
As I am with you, we had thought you were unfortunately died at the hands of those.
I'm sure you did. I did that on purpose. I was not happy with the group I was with.
This is all well and great, but there is a war going on.
Yes, this is not the time, Kira. We must go.
We will speak later. Koral?
Yes, I have. I have wings too. I kind of like flex them.
Very good.
So,
Your normal form, or you?
No, I'm still in hybrid wolf form,
you
but
changed for this fight.
I
And she kind
mentally
of looks
say
at you.
it's good to see you again.
Oh. What travels you have been on? We will definitely discuss later. We must head forward now.
indeed.
RoleThis will be on his own for this, but I will be joining you, as will my compatriots. She kind of leads it to you
Right.
guys to lead the way.
Right. Well, I think we should go, Koral. Report in.
Silence.
All right, let's make our way towards the Citadel.
Okay. As you guys continue forward, make perception rolls for me.
5.
21.
Ooh, 8.
Okay, Maze, you hear this sound at first. It sounds like a few horses. That kind of gets louder. And then you two start to pick up on it.
Do demons use horses?
And,
Actually, do demons use horses?
roll intelligence for me, Kale.
Like a
Maybe
religion?
there's some that have.
I think intelligence is
Hooves?
more relevant. It's more of a thing you would just remember and know.
Oh.
So intelligence or wisdom, whichever one fits that a little bit better.
Well,
that's
it's a 17.
Yeah, sometimes they do. Sometimes they do, and some of them are hooked themselves.
Oh,
That's right. Oh, I guess they don't need to be on horseback to sound like horses, do they? Never mind. By the way, I'm a paladin.
Well, we're still waiting on. No, the dwarves have arrived. I was
Yes.
wondering
Yeah,
if that
they
was
came
maybe
on the
like
boat.
Still here.
the dwarven hood. Okay.
Like they're assaulting the
Shooting down
city.
ship.
The only dwarves I
And the
know
sound
ride
of
horses.
war, various clanging and yells and that from the ships as well, still echoing through the valley. The
they're still there.
dwarvish war cry. And as you guys continue forward, rushing through the city, there's that sound continues to grow a little bit louder around you. You hear it from multiple sides now. You turn a corner, and in front of you, you see what at first you think are potentially centaurs of some kind. However, these forms are far more twisted, with horns coming from their face. Their faces are this non-human appearance where it has been kind of smashed in. Their ears extend back into points. They have these deep red fire pit looking eyes and like fangs coming out of their mouths. There are a full squadron of 30 of these individuals that have stepped up in front of you, probably just 50 feet or so away. As this happens, the what? Perfect. Sorry, I read the wrong spot here. As this happens, there's suddenly as thunder echoes through the sky and a lightning bolt shoots down. Another one shooting down right beside, right in front of you, between the two of you. The light from this, a bright white, as if like you look directly into those lights without the filter on it, and you're just like completely blinded. And as your vision kind of comes back, you see in front of you 3 individuals made of lightning. They are white and blue, crackling energy, and they are standing there defensively, staring down the Armenites in front of you. That's what they are. You know that. And
exactly.
Of course you did.
I sure did.
Yeah.
Armenites, that's what they were.
Exactly.
I could hear it from the footsteps.
And as this happens and they land in front of you, the sky starts to shift a little. The black smoke clouds start to get pushed out by gray clouds. And a snowfall starts to come down. Thunder continually echoes. You see more bolts down into the city. They turn to you and in unison say, Fumaga is with you. Save your strength. We shall deal with these beasts on your behalf. Move towards the throne room. She will need your assistance. Hurry! And they look back. And as they look back,
Would I know who Fumaga is?
religion check.
Yeah.
They rush
18.
forward, drawing
Better than I
these
would have got.
mystical weapons as if they form from their hands. Spears and bladed hands coming together and just shooting into this horde of creatures who are fighting back, but are taking significant damage. Thumagar, you know, is the god of storms and thunder. He is the one that would bring weather like this to your aid. And
Another god joins the fray. We must go.
With all haste, let's go.
on, rushing through the city, slaying various creatures. This is flavor, not utilizing any of your stuff. Kira's rangers rush along the parapets and building tops above you, making sure to keep you covered. As you guys rush forward, Kaelit Strats slicing up through a demon that runs out of an alleyway, cleaving it in two with one blow. Elandwar taking Wustabast and using it as a glaive. You spring off of the ground with it, spin it over your head, and do the same with another coming from the other side. Maze stepping between the two of you at this moment shoots out these 2 purplish energies that shoot into the face of 2 others that have stepped forward in the middle of the road, exploding their heads in front of you. Kira jumping over Maze, kind of putting her hands over your back now that you're so large, springboarding off of you, doing a flip in the air. She draws her bow out, fires 3 arrows at once, and takes out 3 more. You guys make it to a courtyard in front of the main palace here. And as you approach, you're greeted by the sight of the various slaves here. They are now rising up against their oppressors, alongside the white-clad, shimmering armor of Nethreshara's rangers, all of which are doing battle here. You see the 2 hulking troll figures bash like 3 or 4 of them at once with their clubs, send them into the walls. It seems that Kael's intent of revolting the slaves has been taken care of, as if it was understood to be a plan. And
Very good.
at this point, you see the doors of the palace.
Question on those
ajar.
trolls.
Yes.
Are any of those Goromon that I would
No.
recognize? Okay.
Not at all. You have not seen him since the forest.
Okay.
Which was south of.
Yeah,
Yes.
way
Oh,
south.
yeah.
I did warn him of a battle.
Right. And
Buddy.
the doors of the palace stand ajar as you guys
Yes.
come into this space. Is there anything specific you're wanting to do right here? or are you heading towards the
I
same
probably
goal?
would go as soon as possible.
Yeah, you guys want to go in a little sneaky? We can do pass without trace. We don't need
You want a plat,
to.
or is it
Why?
too late for that?
What do the armaments of the slaves look like?
Kind of more like gathered weapons.
Just whatever they could
can
find.
grab. Some are taking just like a rock in hand and using it to just like bash the head in of these smaller demons.
That's what I'd do.
A couple of the rangers you see are of course utilizing all of their armaments, but you see that some are down one weapon, as if they have tossed it aside to allow those that are rising up to have a sufficient weapon for this. But it is kind of hodgepodge. A couple are just using like sticks as staves, like full young saplings, but that kind of situation. Brooms broken off into spears that are being jammed through the throat of some of these creatures.
Okay.
Delicious.
The couple that are down a weapon, I beckon 2 of them over.
Okay, they turn and look at you, kind of step back for a second, but they seem to
I get out my
this feeling.
I get out
from
my
you.
pack.
And they step forward.
All right, and
Yes,
I hand one a dagger,
Yes.
hand the other warhammer.
Okay, perfect. And they grab these. Thank you.
Fight.
And they just rush off. You see the one with the warhammer takes a leap off of a broken stone and just comes down and boom, into the back of the head of one that was looming over this woman that had fallen back against some of the rubble. It was looming over here, peering down, about to strike, and then boom, his head is exploded by your warhammer in the hands of your new ally. The other with the knife slips behind one that is engaged with a troll, kind of trying to sneak up on the troll, and just takes its leg out and then stabs down into its back just repeatedly. And then they continue and they're lost in the fray.
All right, let's move on.
You guys enter into the palace itself now. The moment you step in, the sound just muffles completely. The sound of battle was echoing in your ears previously. The clanging of sword on sword, axe on shield, all of these sounds, the bows loosing their arrows, whistling through the air, suddenly just becomes completely muffled as you pass but a few feet inside of the palace walls here. Being extremely thick walls, they do a lot with sound.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna just try to talk in general.
Talk out
like,
loud to make sure we're not silent.
Can you guys hear me?
And you guys are
Okay.
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 Yes, we can.
I just want to make sure we're not in the
I was.
silence bubble.
It sounded.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like, wait.
Let's take it easy, and I'll like get Rooster Best like already on the draw, and then I'll lead up. We have to go some stairs, don't we?
You will have to, yeah.
Okay.
You remember from your time with the Raven that the throne room itself is the highest point of this structure.
Yes, we need to head up. We need to find a staircase and head up.
All right, well, I guess you should lead the way.
Yes.
Technically, in hybrid form, I'd be on all fours, like, because I'm just kind of. We're sneaking, right?
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, hybrid form is the.
I could be, like,
typical
upright,
werewolf,
yeah.
Except you have wings and horns and a tiefling style tail.
So you're kind of like
I'm trying to stay
like
low as possible.
You're like lumbering.
Yeah.
Rather
You're like
That's
some
why I
kind
figured I'd
of horrifying massive demon at 9 feet tall. However, this space is a
Designed for demons,
very
isn't it?
ornate palace and is very large. So
Like
you
high
can actually
ceilings
stand
and
at
stuff.
Full height.
Okay, so I don't have to like slink through.
No,
Okay.
this is meant to receive a wide variety of individuals.
So I can move comfortably.
There's been known to be alliances with various storm giants and frost giants with the city previously.
Sweet.
I don't know what that sound is. I don't think you guys can hear it, but it's weird for us.
Yeah. New castle sound. That's what it is. We just stepped in this castle. We have no idea what this is.
And actually, I know exactly what you're talking about. But as you guys enter into here, are you doing anything specific, or just kind of walking through, trying to be stealthy, or just because as you enter, you see various bodies all around. This seems like a spot where there was a lot of fighting right here up front, so there are a lot of dead individuals.
I'm gonna just check all like the dark corners and stuff, make sure there's nothing lurking.
Perception for that.
I'm gonna try to identify the
Oh, jeez.
different types of bodies. Are they old? Does it look like this fighting happened a long time ago?
I won't
Is
even
it
have
fresh?
to have you roll for that. It is a surprisingly even mix of both Nethreshara's rangers and various demonic and fiendish individuals.
8.
8. Looks good.
Okay, cool.
Dark corners are dark.
Yes, very dark
We
in
just need to
here.
go kill the
Her
leader.
rangers have already beaten us to it.
Of course she
Probably
had.
want to make haste get into the throne room.
Alright, well let's follow the dead bodies then.
Generally
Which-
speaking.
As you guys
Do we
continue
need
to do
directions? Obviously it'd be mentally communicating that. Do we need directions to the throne room, or is it pretty basic?
I don't know, I think it's fine stairs,
Never
go
been in this
upstairs.
castle. And find stairs, go up.
I can ask the dead.
We don't need to waste time with that.
Okay.
Ask the
So-
locals.
We'll just clear every single room.
As you continue down the kind of main corridor here towards a large staircase at the end of it, there are various little rooms that kind of head off in smaller staircases, but there's one large central staircase here that seems to kind of spiral up and continue forward. As you guys get closer and closer to it, there are less and less of the rangers' bodies. However, the bodies of the demons don't seem to shrink in number.
Diminish.
Yeah. And you continue up the stairs, I assume.
Yes.
It's still dead silent in here. You hear no sound of combat coming from the space ahead of you. You make it up to the next landing in Landor. This should be really easy, but make just a general intelligence roll. One of the two of those. Whichever one's the memory one, I forget. So whichever one's
Intelligence. That would be an 11.
11. It wasn't meant to be very difficult. I just kind of want to see what happens. You've made it to the top area.
Okay.
However, there's still some ways to go before you actually get to the throne room. As you guys continue down that corridor, heading towards that area, the silence is broken by a rapid clash of swords, and you see multicolored lights flashing from around the next corner. Turning that corner, you find Nethreshara alone, having killed just 3 more of these smaller demonic beasts with these kind of wicked, curved and spiked black daggers in their hands that seem like maybe they have kind of surprised her a little bit. With all of the carnage and death that you've seen throughout this space, her armor is still perfectly fine. You actually see that the blood of these recent kills that just happened seems to bead up and just fall off of her armor. Same with some that is in her hair, it just kind of beads and falls away, keeping her from being stained by it. This is also the first time you've seen her swords drawn. They almost appear like stained glass in a way, made of light. They hold various colors of blues and greens and pinks that seem to kind of spark and swirl through, but stay in a generally curved blade-like shape. Seeming rigid, seeming made of light at the same moment. And it's the first time you've ever seen any kind of weapon like this as well.
Nethreshara, we are here to help you.
As you say that, she spins around, raising up the blades, and looks directly at Maze and starts to raise one up and catches your eyes, and then looks and sees you and lowers the blades, but kind of stays slightly defensive, but recognizes you. She kind of takes a couple breaths and glances over her shoulders a couple times. Those that entered with me have all perished. I can feel their deaths like the weight of a mountain on my heart. And she looks directly at the three of you, kind of in turn.
Such is the weight of your crown.
I cannot ask you three to join me in this next fight. If you follow, it will be by your own choice, not by my request. What lies ahead is far more powerful than anything we've passed through thus far. But I must face it if I am to cleanse this evil and return Nethreshara to what it once was. And she looks at Kira. When she made her previous statement, she said you three. She looks at Kira and says, in Elvish, Et walin farunamo sarkanath verasirisini. Princess of the Shifting Forest, do you stand? And Kira turns and kind of nods her head and says, Edwoma farunamo Nethreshara itsini, which is Queen of the Northern Light, I stand. Ilandwar is the only one that understands what this says.
I do not speak for my companions, but I will stand also. I say that in common.
Okay. And two of you, do you have any verbal response you give at this moment?
Didn't come all this way just to turn back. I stand.
I'm looking to test out this new form. I stand.
She kind of smiles, hearing you as your mouth doesn't move.
Yes.
As do the rest of the group. She kind of nods her head. Very well then. Prepare yourselves. She turns around, brings up her swords, and starts to stride towards the door to the throne room. As she does this, Kira's eyes flash. Like you've noticed Mithresa's eyes have that kind of flowing light around them. Kira's eyes flashing bright green as she steps forward, but it's only for a moment. It's this, it kind of fades away, these little ethereal leaves that kind of float from where her eyes are and fall away. And by little, I mean like itty bitty.
Like
Tiny.
tiny little fireflies.
Think of like a pen tip from like a writing pen, the back side of that, like just the back end of a pen, like an eraser size, basically.
That's a pencil.
Perception rolls. Anyone who's interested in doing so.
Ooh. 24.
14.
One, technically it'd be a 5, but I rolled in that one.
Maze, you.
I'm distracted by leaves.
You're just kind of like,
Oh, look,
that was
leaves.
pretty.
Cool.
And as they fade away, you're like, oh, okay. But
Oh.
Kale and Alandvar, you guys hear just under her breath Kira say, Ralis, Tamira Seto Alfitira, et ima Narasersi Ado. And she kind of looks a little shaken. Kale, you have no idea what's said here. But Alandvar, you hear fairly clearly, actually, and you don't even quite pick up all the words, Kale, but Ilandor, you hear say, Ralis, to my side, old friend. I am in need of your aid. And in answer to that, a howl echoes through the city that is very loud and very driven in its call.
Instinctually, I howl back.
Yeah.
It's just what I do.
Yeah, Maze, you guys see Maze.
I just couldn't control it. He started to howl.
Stretches back and
Just start-
howls out as well. I have duct tape holding my mic on. I just like.
Yeah, you probably felt that one. That's how powerful it howls.
Nicely done.
Yes.
Entering into the throne room now, following your elder leaders here.
Too much.
You see a familiar sight to Alandwar and a new sight to the two of you. A black armored individual lounging, unaffected by what's going on, playing with fire in one hand, looking down and kind of holding just loosely and twirling back and forth a bright pearlescent crown set with a vibrant opalite stone in the center of it. Just kind of swings it back and forth and then goes back to kind of twiddling the flames between her fingers. She has pale white skin. Her eyes are black as black all the way across. And you see trailing down from her back, almost like a cape, a set of black feathered wings that go farther than they seem as if they should, and kind of extend out like a train behind, like a clothing train, not a train.
Choo choo.
I knew one way or the other was coming out, so I had to just catch it like I'm gonna actually have you guys make perception rolls one more time here.
13.
16.
14.
You guys do see just barely in the shadows to either side these two somewhat draconic looking individuals that are standing there holding spears and just kind of glaring forward. They are taller than the throne itself here, and as they look forward, you can just barely see kind of this like glowing orange of their eyes that's set against the blackness that surrounds this area, to where it's that situation where you just barely see like that there is a figure there, to the point where you almost aren't sure if there actually is. But as you continue forward behind Nethreshara, it seems that, yeah, it's got to be there. I'm still seeing it. There's something there on each side. The individual on the throne looks down at the crown again as all of you walk into the room. She looks up to Nethreshara, raises an eyebrow and says, "An awful lot of trouble for such a thing, elf. I would have thought your life would be prize enough after everything that happened in this room. It is a testament to your will that you have returned here in a hope to finish your culmination." Nethreshara makes me wish that I had an actual mouse instead of trackpad. Says back, "I have not come here for the crown. I have come here to rid my city of your evil and the filth which you brought into it. Surely you know that Samer has been slain. He can fall so easily. What makes you think that your fate will be any different?" And as she looks forward, her eyes flare up again. She just kind of stands there ready. "Do you think the spirit of Samer has perished? A fallen body does not equate to a fallen soul." And as she looks at Nethreshara, she glances real quick to you as well, Maze. The perception holding over from the previous is what allows you to just see this. However, the death of his fair form will not go unpunished. Each of you will pay for your part in taking him from me as he once was. And she throws the crown forward. It clatters across the ground towards Nethreshara's feet. As she does this, she stands and draws the familiar blade to you that leaks the shadow energy as it comes from the sheath at her side, and seems to just be kind of engulfed in shadows, as well as this blackened metal that it is made of. She flaps her wings out to her side with one kind of large flap forward and a step. She jumps forward towards Nethreshara, and Nethreshara, in immediate reaction, not even skipping a beat, jumps over her crown with one step, and you see from Nethreshara's back these wings, feathered as well, but matching the ethereal light that comes from her eyes. They look almost like angel wings, but they are multicolored and shimmering but they are entirely made of light energy. There's no physicality to them at all. The blades in her hands as well flare up as the clash comes together. And stepping out of the shadows, you now see in their full form 2 demonic dragon-like forms that are this kind of like deep, dark green, almost like a forest green, but sickly. And they have horns that come out from the side and reach forward, almost extending all the way out to the length of their elongated snouts, which are just rows of teeth on teeth. They each have a spear in their hands, and their dark, leathery wings are just kind of flowing behind them as they step forward, looking at the 2 of you and just smiling these wicked smiles. 3 of you, by the way, I don't know myself too.
I'm not a real human. Or being.
Right, yeah, you really do look very draconic right now. As they step forward, readied for this battle, their spears pointed at you 3 and Kira. Keep forgetting people. You have Nethreshara and I keep wanting to say her name because I have it written down. The individual currently in charge of Nethreshara, battling above in this vicious blade to blade to blade action that, even though Nethreshara is dual wielding in this instance, the other individual's blackened blade is keeping up obnoxiously fast. A complete blur of shadow, parrying, attacking, parrying back. And that's where we're going to take our break for this evening. Coming back to this, we will roll initiative and see where the fate of the 3 of you and the city of Nethreshara lies. Prepare yourselves. And those of you watching, if you'd like to get entered in for a shot at winning yourself a Reckless Deck Worlds deck, you can do so by entering the word battle in the chat right now. And we will be back here in approximately 10 minutes or so. We also have a couple of things for you during the break now. There's going to be a little bit of visuals with this. One thing of which being a little shout out to Reckless Deck, as well as a showcase of Pawn and Pint located in Kansas City, Missouri, as well as a slideshow from our Renfest appearance as well from both weekends that we did out there a couple weekends ago. And then you guys will see for the first time in full view the map of Anadar. So we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes.
Tonight's giveaway is sponsored by Reckless Deck. For your shot at winning one of their Worlds decks designed for setting the scene and fueling your creativity when world building, enter the code word RECKLESS in the Twitch chat now. Reckless Deck offers various card decks designed to spark your imagination with character design and world building through random generation. Fuel your creativity with Reckless Deck and save 15% off your entire order by using the discount code RoleThis1 at checkout on recklessdeck.com.
That's my story. Middle school teacher, pizza delivery guy, entrepreneur. Over the course of a week, I got let go from my teaching job, my girlfriend left me, and my car broke down. So I figured, what the heck, now is the time to try and make a business. I was literally living in my car, delivering pizzas, and then coming here and working on construction to get it done. But we opened and operated as a board game pub without the pub for about a year, which I'm pretty sure there are sad Irish songs about pubs with no beers.
current score is Slytherin 51, Gryffindor 55, Hufflepuff 57, Ravenclaw 60.
How can I make your day better? Do you want to learn a new game? Do you want to return to an old favorite? Can I get you a drink? Can I introduce you to some people who enjoy the same things you enjoy? Would you prefer a quiet corner and the Wi-Fi password? Whatever I can do to make your day better, that's what I'm here to do. That's where our community starts and where our principles start.
Games are interesting because they both satisfy the competitive nature of the, being able to validate, yeah, I'm better. But at the same time, they really help pass time by. They really help people think in different ways, believe in different ways. So I think games are kind of like mental sharpening tools, like whetstones to your, cerebral sword.
Board games can provide a medium in which people can interact with the people across the table and connect. A lot of people really don't play as much as they should, and there's a lot of studies that have been done on how genuinely important it is that people play.
We're back. A little delay there with the audio mixer switching. That was odd. So, congratulations, nobody. Nobody won the breakfast deck.
Yay, nobody.
So, huzzah! But we got a really cool thing going with them that will definitely be worth your guys' while for not necessarily the next episode, but the 3 episodes from now. I think it is.
It's this many.
Yeah, it's
I'm
on a specific day. It's not Monday.
Ooh.
Something really cool that you guys can get.
That's a
However,
special day.
Jumping back into where we currently are, Nethreshara and the individual currently over in Nethreshara are battling in the air above you. The broken glass of this throne room still shattered from the tale you recall of Nethreshara's departure at the hands of Wallamo. And so many years ago, 100 years ago at this point. Still shattered and broken as the demons here have had no thought to repair it, relishing in the damage that had taken place. Stepping forward, there are 2 hulking, draconic, demonoid figures in front of you, spears ready. And I need you guys to roll initiative. As I
13.
Switch over to a brand new scene. Break out some minis. For the very first time. This stream. So, I'm going to tell you guys who's who here in a moment because we don't have you guys as minis just yet.
I got my mini.
He does have his. Yeah.
Pass it over.
No, that's not friendly.
Okay, here we go. Flying elf. Oh, your dexterity was not that good. I'm sorry.
Very good.
And his heavy cape.
We have minis. I just have yet to paint them. Do we have the dragonborn? Oh no, they're out. But we know where to get them. We know.
These are the 2 individuals that have stepped forward from the throne, and I will put above you guys, back and forth clashing together, will be Thressa in the blue, and then
in this corner,
to keep the
white
red,
trunks.
like this doesn't look like the individual, but to keep the red theme of the enemies, that's a wizard, will be the individual currently over Nethreshara.
Maybe one of these days you'll
She who shall not be named
is Kira. So little black elf is Kira, black clothed elf. The squatty one with the mace in hand is Maze because it's the shorter one comparative to the other 2-ish, but even though Elandor is technically shorter, but I don't need the one I had for Elandor.
But Elandor, he picked the biggest mini he could find.
The shield is the paladin. So that is you. Is there any other way you guys would like to orient yourselves here? I assume actually Elandor's not smack dab up in the middle there?
So I'm going to wherever side Kira went on, I'll mirror that.
Okay.
So we'll have kind of a
crossfire. Kind of back this way and over that way, and then Kale, I kind of know what you're probably gonna do.
Yeah, usually I always have his back.
With my sword.
Okay. So for now, we'll kind of have you stepping up in there, and then Maze. Is that sufficient? Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. This is something that we'll be improving every single week, by the way.
Now I have a reason to paint my mini.
Is anybody? Let's go ahead and get everybody in on this as well, all at once.
Oh shoot!
So is anybody over 20? No. Anybody 15 to 20?
16.
16. So we have a maze there. Technically, you follow one person whose name I can't bring to mind right now. There we go.
She who shall not be named.
No, she who you know, Nethreshara. Okay. You will see her attack right before
Gotcha. You said you can't name her, so I was like, okay.
True. And then Maze, so 10 to 15?
14.
13.
14 and 13?
You guys were close.
Okay. 14, 13?
That's correct.
Okay. Landuar Kale.
Gotta shine your sword real quick. I was like, wait.
One of them.
Clean up all the previous blood. So I did take damage. It was just not in my human or tiefling form.
Oh, that's right. It was.
I realized that's where all my damage is at right now.
We were debating that earlier. Of like, wait, why did you have?
It's like I took damage. It's like, yeah, I took damage.
Because if you guys are on desktop, you can see the D&D Beyond overlay to track the health points of everybody right now.
Yeah, I wonder if it
during
does.
this battle.
Oh, that's right. It will show my.
It doesn't show your
form.
altered form.
Okay. Which that's a lot to code in alt form.
Just like sub-tab.
And did I tell you guys I found the Reckless Deck coin? Finally.
You found it?
I found it.
Yay!
And all
it's
this
about
stuff?
to make a decision here too. Okay.
Double-sided head.
This is
It
heads.
is giving them an opportunity, giving an opportunity to switch a few things up a little bit, as opposed to having both of them go at the exact same time on you guys, which could be
The
bad.
rock, paper, scissoring in the corner. They're like,
right, yeah, exactly.
We don't have a proper healer. Tank doesn't want to pull all the aggro.
that's right. I can't.
You can't heal right now.
Not in this form.
Well, you should tank then.
All right.
And then
I
pop
plan
out
on
of form.
charging. And, yeah.
I'm gonna just shoot it.
I'm actually going
What? You're
to
gonna shoot things?
switch
What?
over
Yeah, let's play.
to our other new scene, which is the same thing, but bigger battle.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Do.
Finally, I've wanted this since day freaking one, guys. So, first off, at the very beginning of this, you see Nethreshara fly forward after being pushed back and come to blows with that one. Almost knocked her off the pedestal. These little hourglasses.
This is
really
like
nice little
when you
things,
give them
too.
little Q-tips, like American Gladiators.
Right. And then Maze,
Yes.
what will you be doing?
I would like to rage. No, I'm kidding. I was gonna say I would like to rage. I'm gonna charge to the one to like technically the left side one. My left.
This one?
Yeah, going
Okay.
for that.
So you're gonna ride it to it?
I'm gonna run right up to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because my movement is 30 feet,
Yep, which would be enough.
and I would like to
Theoretically,
multi-attack
within the
if I can.
space of this throne room, you guys should, for the most part, be able to move around from middle to side on each side.
Okay.
Which we'll just kind of consider like this area, the far right, and this area, the far left.
Okay. And I would like to roll for a multi-attack.
Okay, perfect. With the mace.
It's cocked. Huh?
mace?
No, it would be claws and bite.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're your
Yeah.
hybrid form. I'm sorry.
Okay. Good thing that wasn't clocked. That was a 19. Well, base roll of 19.
Base roll of 19. A 19 does hit.
Okay. Because obviously I need to figure out what I need to add for that.
If you look at it, it's
Because attacks.
+4 to hit.
Okay, well,
claws.
it already hits.
Plus-
Okay.
+4 on both.
Okay, and then I'll roll for my other attack.
Okay.
Just to see if it hits. This is a 16.
20.
So 20?
Yes.
Okay, so both hit.
Yep.
So now to figure out damage, I usually don't roll hits. Like, what do I do? How do I do
Twice in a
this?
row, isn't it?
So it'd be 1d8 plus 2 per bite. Okay. Make sure that is a d8. So it's a 5. So 7 piercing damage for the bite.
Okay.
And they must succeed a DC of 12 Constitution saving throw. Or I pass on the curse.
Yeah.
Makes it a disease.
Nothing specific here.
If they can even get it, because I would assume if you're disease resistant.
Oh, pound.
Oh, no, that one is not a D8. That is a 2D4.
It does resist it.
Okay.
Quite easily.
Okay. And then the claws are 2D4s.
Okay.
Those are awkward to roll.
That was 7, you said first, right?
Yes, the first one.
Okay.
That's
It's nice to have my little whiteboard back.
And then 6 for the claw attacks.
Okay. Nice.
15 chunkaroo.
13. Yeah.
That's
And is that everything?
That's all I can do.
Okay, and you stay there. So
I stay there.
Elandwar.
All right. Well, the one that she just ran up on, I'm going to get line of sight.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot it with Booster Bast.
You're gonna shoot it with your bow.
So
Shoot it. Oh, that's a natural 1.
Oh.
it's the side of the throne room, just explodes.
You don't have the
wall.
ability to reroll one?
No.
No, not for hit. No,
not for
really has
hit.
ability to reroll.
All right, well, I'll shoot it.
Unless you
I'll
have
attempt to shoot it again.
Perfect.
For me, it's just damage.
That's better. Plus,
Is that what you attack?
it's a 25. Well, 23.
Yep, that definitely hits. So the second one whistles forward like thunder into the chest of this creature.
1d8. And I have Colossal Slayer, so it's an extra 1d8.
No, because it was injured. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Hit previously.
Oh, I forgot to.
You forgot to hide.
Hunter's
I
Market.
forgot the Hunter's Market.
Bonus action. Do you need another?
I'll do it at the end.
The Hunter's Market is where the elves go on
The Hunter's
Saturdays
Market?
after.
It's
Can I get
nice.
some
It's a nice
rabbit
place.
pelts?
I even brought it over, but when she was doing her, I completely spaced out on it again.
That's true. You did.
I had the concentration. I did 8, 9, 10, 11.
What is this with Rangers and Hunter's Mark? Always forgetting that.
15 points of damage. 15 points of damage.
15 on that same one, which makes
Yes.
28.
And then I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Yeah, as your
I'll
bonus.
put on that concentration.
We actually do have.
That's
Gonna
awesome.
gently toss that one.
Okay.
I forgot you had those.
Sort of, kind of works. Okay. So, Kale.
Alright. Going to strafe a little bit to the left and make my way to the left flank, if you will.
This one?
Right.
So you're going to kind of do...
Oh, so you're
to the-
flanking
or you're
this
gonna kinda
one.
loop all the way around.
No, not loop all the way around. Stand to the left of Maze
Okay, so right
and
there.
hit from the front there. Yeah.
Perfect.
Ah.
Alright. Multi-attack.
Perfect.
First one. Natural 1.
Doesn't hit.
Oh, I guess I
Swing
should tell you
is just
what
kind
it
of, as you're running up, you
Yeah.
take a swing and just... And it
They go with the rune.
blocks it away.
I'm using a mole.
Okay.
Big hammer.
Okay, perfect.
Alright, so 20.
20 does hit.
Okay. Then I roll damage.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, shit. I messed up.
14.
Aw.
The initiative order is going to be different next time.
Gotcha.
Because I've skipped somebody.
Oh, no.
But I will leave them out for this whole one and then come back into them in normal order.
They're thinking.
How much was your...
14
14?
total.
Okay. So that is a math. Whatever. I'll just put it over there. 14 total for everything?
Well, I mean, I missed the first. And I
Yeah,
didn't
you
smite.
weren't doing anything special. Okay, perfect. So then you see again the battle above continues on with the other individual swinging that black shadow energy sword and clashing with Mithresa's blades again.
Do they look evenly matched, or is Mithresa being overmatched?
Nobody seems to have landed a blow yet.
Okay.
In this first roughly couple minutes or so, minute or two roughly overall, it doesn't seem like anyone has landed a blow because they were in combat right before you guys even started getting into something. It's been about a minute of them fighting each other and nobody's landed a blow. Just continual parry, strike, retaliate, and just complete dark versus light.
It's like every Star Wars
Kira
battle.
is going to do some things with her bow, and we're going to jump back around to Maze while I sort that out because I've got to pull Kira's stuff up.
You gotta look up
So,
first.
Maze, do what you do.
Same thing.
Okay.
Multi-attack.
Multi-attack.
Let's see, that's a 14. Oh, I need to roll.
Up here, which we have.
Was we're on melee.
I know, apparently. I just, the whole time to get, I'm trying to cast spells.
Yeah.
18.
18
to hit.
does hit.
Okay, we'll roll for the next part. 18 again.
Alrighty.
So the first one is a D8.
What'd you do to that dice to make it so good?
Yeah. Bless you.
Not touch it for like 2. I think it was walking into Pawn and Pint. So take your dice to Pawn and
There you
Pint,
go, right?
and they'll roll better. So that would be 8 for the bite attack.
Okay.
Again, Constitution of 12. Can you turn them into a werewolf?
Doesn't seem like it's taking
Possible,
any
but
form
it
of
seems
effect on
irrelevant
it.
because we're planning on not.
What are the chances? I mean, first I rolled 2 and
The
2.
chances is
No.
1 in 16.
But now I rolled both of these. Jeez. That would be 4 for my claw attack.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm rolling like the exact same number on both of them.
1 in 16.
That's crazy.
Okay.
It stinks.
It's not good. What?
I don't like
It's the same likelihood.
Perfect.
But at least I'm hitting.
And now
That's
I get to play.
Is positive.
That is true.
4 damage.
So,
Question: would my vampiric touch carry over into my claw forms? So I would have healed half the damage, right?
if you used it. Like if you actually you have to use that.
Do I have to cast it? Oh, okay, because it's just because of my ability. Because I have
that work?
I have. It's just something I'm born with.
Yeah, it's not anything. It's just like her specific
she
variant.
passively has
Yeah.
It just happens. Yeah.
So with me taking
It's actually a cantrip for it.
losing health, technically I would have used it, but I won't count the first one. So I'll do this
We'll
one.
Figure that on the next one.
Right.
And
I don't need that one.
thankfully, you guys are all using magic weapons. Otherwise, I would have been mad at myself. But magical resistance, resistance against
Pierce?
weapons that aren't magic. Sorry. But the one that you guys are right up against is going to, let's see. You gotta look at the right size. 60. You've traveled 30s. Yeah. So it's going to step back from you guys, and it is going to just go ahead and do that. So obviously, do your thing.
Attack of opportunity.
KO. And attack opportunity. So as it steps back,
this one is
You get a
tricksy
special one?
because when I hit a creature with an opportunity attack, the creature speed becomes 0 for the rest
yeah,
of the
if
turn.
it's with Sentinel, it does.
Yep. So 20? No, 23.
So 23 does hit,
Okay.
which means it does not go away.
Okay.
How much damage do you do to it?
Was that 6? 15.
Okay. So it goes to step back, and
Nope, right
you
to the knee.
hit right around like the back of its head with the maul, and you bring it forward and knee it in the face, just smashing the maul into the back of its head while your knee connects with the front, and it's kind of like steps back and goes in front of it, and everything goes black, and you can see nothing.
And I rolled a 17 on that attack of opportunity.
17 also hits.
So that'd be obviously claw attack.
Yep, just one claw attack.
That would be what? 5.
Okay.
I scratch you.
Perfect. So it tried to move, did the thing, one of the things it can do, and then it is going to do the other things it can do now, which will be
Can I see, or is there just a big ball of blackness in front of me now?
everything is black. So it's 60 feet.
darkness.
So kind of from here
definitely
to here was 30 feet. So it's basically the entire space here
Hello,
is now
darkness, my old
completely
friend.
pitch black, even to those of you with dark vision.
I know
yeah,
this spell.
it's magical.
I have this spell.
And it's then going to take 2 attacks. You hear this of the spear dropping to the ground, and then of 2 swords drawing. And as this happens, it's going to swing at each one of you.
Okay.
With the first one, the right side being at Kale, and that is what is the plus? 15. A 15?
Does not hit.
Does not hit. So it goes wide. The one that swings at Maze is a 20.
Does
not
hit.
natural.
Yeah.
And we'll do a number of dice damage.
So it attacked Mace. What is the penalty for attacking?
Yeah. This is
So it should be
old Kale.
disadvantage overall, I believe.
bad.
Yeah, I think it's disadvantage, right?
Because it is it's darkness spell. So.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna hit it with the maul. Well,
Try
I'm
to
gonna swing the maul at the darkness where it just was.
attack the darkness.
Yeah, well, that is a 13.
13 does not hit.
Nope.
So you kind of swing back as it strikes out. You hear the kind of blades swing through, and you kind of get a general idea, but you just not.
And he swings, and I kind of counter where I think it is.
Exactly.
And he
just throws it off a little bit. And wait, did I roll that or just set it down?
I think you set it down.
It's not in my tray, so I'm going to actually make sure it is, because it was a 10. However, it rolled as a 9 plus 3. And then, oh shit, I forgot that it also does this.
It's like, oh, but wait, there's more damage.
Yeah, it also has some mores.
S'mores?
So it does
S'mores.
12 points of piercing damage, which pay attention to your form.
I will, because I'm at 17
and your
right now.
resistances and such. And
It's
then,
fire. Oh yeah, my resistance. That's a good idea because I forgot about that.
Yes, because this would not be a magical weapon.
What is a D10?
Or a silver weapon. And then it also does 4 points of acid damage.
Silences.
Looking at my resistance here.
I don't know.
Darkness concentration.
I could look it up because I have
I
it.
have it up. I will determine that and let you know. But this will bring us around to Elondor.
All right, sorry, what kind of damage was it?
Acid.
It was piercing for the first, which was the...
Which I do have immunity to.
13, yeah. So it would be 6.
Hold on.
What's on that? We'll
But
say.
maybe not.
And
Okay.
then... What do you mean? Because this has already happened, and you already used your reaction.
No, it's an aura.
Oh, kind of like pact.
Resistance from damage. Resistance to damage. Spells. No spell damage, so I don't know if they can...
Oh, there's no spell. It's just...
This was his weapon,
This is a
so...
spell he
Weapon
cast on his
is-
weapon.
yeah, no.
Okay. That's why I was like, maybe not.
Right,
So
no.
the 6 is half, or that is the
So
half.
it is 6 for
Okay.
that halved one.
Okay.
I'm just kind of rounding down, and then the other, I believe, is full damage at
Acid.
a total of 4.
Yeah, I do not have acid resistance. That would activate Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah, you can. And it would also be. I'll just give you guys this because you could have shouted that out like blah. You could have done one of those numbers and kind of got this information across. It is concentration.
Oh, for the darkness?
Okay.
Hellish Rebuke.
If I try to shoot it, is that with disadvantage?
Yes.
Since it's in the dark.
Doing any attack on anything that's in there comes
Not the first encounter with darkness that Kale and Maze have had.
I haven't dealt with that.
Take of damage of 60 feet that you can see. Attack save is a dexterity of 14.
That you can see.
Does it say C specifically?
Oh yeah, it does say that I can see.
So
It's not just
So I
about
can't see
something
it.
hitting you?
No, apparently I have to see it. It says one reaction in response to being damaged by a creature within 60 feet that you can see. So I can't
If
see
it
it.
clearly says that you can see,
Yeah.
I would say you cannot
I cannot see it, so I will not use
you
it.
can't do it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was contact to
I thought it
contact,
was
but
too, yeah.
Based on the specific definition of the spell, if
Says
you cannot
I
see
can see.
it.
Yeah, because it's a visual.
Yep. Okay,
thing.
perfect. So yeah, you do not
So I don't use that.
get any retaliatory damage, but Elondor.
I will attempt to shoot it in the darkness.
Okay.
Oh boy. That's not gonna hit. That's a 2
Okay.
plus
Yeah,
whatever.
darkness is.
Yeah, 11 total.
Yep. Shoots off, cracks in
Use your
the
bat
distance
senses.
with that thunderous
Bat
sound.
senses? Do I have bat senses?
yeah, your elven ears.
Yeah, well, it's just ringing from
Takes
boost to
takes boost
bast.
to bast and on the ground a little bit and just
Well,
a vision of it shapes around
He's
you.
doing it with the arrow. Like the arrows are basically active sonar.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
They do.
They're not.
It's not how it works, but that's a
I'm
thing
playing
that-
Battleship. They're not over there.
Theoretically,
They're not over there.
He's not
I'm going
Daredevil.
to. Gosh,
Okay.
I don't have any.
That's true.
And the way it bounces.
Oh, back class.
Yeah, like if you had the ability to actually do the echolocation,
Yeah.
it would
Yeah.
theoretically function in this.
He doesn't though.
Yeah, he doesn't. Anything else, Alondor?
I'm going to attempt to shoot it again.
Okay, go for it.
Just shooting into the darkness. Ah, jeez. Nope. That's 12.
You attack the darkness.
So 2 arrows shoot past the 2 of you.
I can't see anything.
Yeah. And you have no idea if it hit or didn't hit at this point. You just like fired
Fire.
right into darkness.
You don't hear
I
anything.
didn't hear the thud of on leather. So.
I won't do that die for it. But I'm going to have a die ready for the next time you do that.
Just in case.
So, with that, it comes around to Kalistrats.
Got 2 tries to get a hit. I'm going to burn a turn and use Divine Sense to detect the location. Okay, so I can sense anything affected by a Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Yeah, I'm just picturing like an outline like you would see. Yeah.
Right. What's this one called again?
Divine Sense.
Divine Sense. And
It's not a spell. It's a paladin class feature.
It's a feature. Okay, I was just saying, trying to find it. Oh yeah, you get 3 of those per long rest. As an action, you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet. So you're using that? So because it's not necessarily sight, it's just a sense overall.
Yep.
So you feel this kind of drawn energy towards directly in front of you, centered in front, off to your right, and 2 up above you that you're unsure of what's what necessarily, I think, because it doesn't specify. It just says, it just says you know that there's things.
Divine things.
Yeah. And so you have the location of the enemies you're aware of.
Yep. All right.
For your next turn.
Yeah.
Because that was an action. Unless you can do extra actions with your class. And,
I don't think I can do extra actions. I was going to see if I can prepare an action.
Sort of. Which will be just kind of like your next turn happens after a couple of other things happen and then you go kind of thing. It's kind of the same thing as just going to your next turn, honestly.
Okay. Well, I mean, prepared actions are like, I spend my, an amount of time to have something trigger before my next turn if it triggers, but I think that's an action.
Yeah, you've already used your action, so unless you had something that gave you multiple actions, then it would be unable to happen. You have bonus action if you have anything you want to do with that at the moment, if you can.
No. I know where they're at.
Maze, you will be going up the next individual of the party going, so just prep what you're going to be doing. Okay. And then another thing is going to happen, which is... Okay, so... so it can... Yeah, it's just going to be that. Stepping up to Maze, you start to feel this sense as if something is around you. Kale, you realize there is something here.
I know this.
And this individual is going to strike out with another 20, not natural, a 10, which misses, and accept.
So is it rolling with disadvantage in its own darkness? Because whenever I cast it, I have to roll disadvantage in my own darkness.
Conveniently, 1, you don't know that. Okay. This individual.
I just know for me, I have to.
It's the opposite. So it actually, that 10 is not relevant because that would have been the advantage roll.
Okay.
So the first one is 20 to hit.
Who's it attacking?
The second one, Maze, is 20 to hit. And the third one, which is a 18 to hit.
Yep, I'll hit.
Hit the hybrid? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, hybrid's only 12.
So it is not within 5 feet of you. It's this one here. Your sense would know that. So you don't have that thing right now on that. Like your reaction to hit it.
Because it's on the other side.
Because it's on the other side, so it's not within the 5 feet.
wait, so...
You have someone between you and it, so you don't have the ability to actually connect with it at all. If it was like
it's outside.
over here.
Okay, so that's the one the attack.
I thought it was the one in front of us. Oh,
If it
okay.
had gone to like flank, then you'd have been right there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But that's why he didn't.
He's better, me.
And they might be highly trained fighting guardsmen of sorts.
Yeah, they get it.
And so all of those had hit, which means there is, because now they've switched weapons to the others. So I need this one and that one. And that
So what's the difference between an immunity and a
That's
resistance?
lame. Immunity means it does nothing to you. Resistance means that it halves the damage.
Okay, because I have damage immunities, and I still took damage from that one.
To what?
The slashing, you said that was halved. Or piercing, sorry, piercing on there. The acid, I took the full 4 damage. It's okay. I was just...
Yeah,
never
no,
knew
for
that.
sure. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
next time.
Again, retroactive and all, but...
No, it's just nice knowing forward. I'm like, is there a difference between... Because this doesn't say resistance.
Yeah.
Straight up,
Really?
you don't take damage from that.
Okay, I don't want to fight a werewolf then. Because I don't have anything that would, like, hurt that.
Silver.
That's
You
why this
gotta
ring
have
is
silver.
so awesome.
I was like,
And that's why I generally go with
that means
the
they
ball
take
first.
no damage? I've never heard of that before.
Interesting.
That is new to me.
So,
I've heard of resistance.
Skeletons have some damage in them.
theoretically,
Oh.
let me just double check something here and make sure I've got everything correct.
Resistance to
It
slashing.
looks like... Oh, no, its weapons are magical.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
the statement
so
of
they
you
would
taking
be-
half damage before is actually incorrect, but because
Okay.
I said that, it was half damage before,
So they're
they were lighter
magics.
strikes against you or
Gotcha.
something of that nature.
Okay.
However, this one is going
From
to
non-magical
be,
attacks,
for the
okay.
very first hit, it is 4 points of damage, which of
Okay.
course you take full because now we know they're magic weapons.
Yep.
And then the second one that had hit is going to be 6 points of damage.
And that will drop me out of form.
Okay, and then that third one, did it hit too?
Yes, all 3
because
hit.
the third one was a bite onto you.
Okay.
Which is 8 points of piercing damage, and then 4 points of acid damage.
Can I apply that? Like once I drop to 0, is that it?
So you drop to 0 in that form. Now you're back to
Yeah.
your normal form.
Okay.
So now you would take the difference of whatever dropped you out.
Okay, I need to put that on there. So that whatever the last
Similar-
one
like
was.
we had done this as wild shape forms, basically. So
All right. So what was the last 2 damages?
balls.
Well, 6 and then
There's 6, and then 4 on acid, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, actually, because I picked him up and just set him down over here. So, yep.
Okay, 6 damage, then 4.
And
And
now
are we
we-
still in that?
still in the dark.
Yep, it's still darkness,
Okay.
but it will now be your turn again.
Shoot. I'm gonna prepare the non-wolf form.
Oh yeah,
I was like, I was
right.
prepared
It's like,
in
claw and
wolf
bite it.
form.
Well, I don't have claws or
I
biting.
can't do that anymore.
Yeah. Just like.
Turns out humans have disgusting mouths. Might be more effective. I don't know. It develops a staph infection and dies 15 weeks later. In the hospital.
Yeah, right. It escapes, and then you find a corpse along your travels in the future. What will we be doing, Mazikeen?
Dispel magic.
Oh shit. Okay.
I was just seeing I'm trying to see if I can do it because choose any creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell level 3 or lower. And it's an instantaneous thing. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level on a successful
and
check.
you're going against the spell, and you said it's automatic if it's below 3?
If it's... Yeah.
Okay, so Maze, you bring your hands up and just kind of focus out this purplish pink energy, and it swirls through and pushes away the shadows, receding them back into the corners from where they came.
Okay.
And you
That
guys
was my
all
third
can now
level
see
spell. Okay.
what is taking place here.
Now I see like outlines.
Okay, so that was that was my
Everything's
cast.
kind of like glowing around you too.
That is true.
Which, speaking of the glow in this space, it's a very dimly lit space, but there is this multicolored glow taking place from Nethreshara's armaments.
So I cast Dispel Magic. Does that mean
Spell.
I can't do how would cantrips work after that? That's what I was wondering.
There was a thing about that
That's
that I
what I
was
was
going to research
wondering.
more, and I didn't do it.
Actually, let me just go to actions. This is action, so I cast a spell, so we'll say that. Now let me look at bonus action. So bonus action says spiritual weapon, and the only spells it says I could do is spiritual weapon or healing word. So I guess as a bonus, since I can't do what I was going to do, is
those are bonus
Sacred
Correct,
Flame.
yeah, because you used an
Yeah.
action,
Spells have
and
different
now you have bonus
speeds.
actions. Yep.
And
Gotcha.
That's the thing with the
Because you
spell.
can't do a
though.
spell with a spell.
It's like
Remind
the difference
me-
between a sorcery and an instant.
Remind me later tonight.
That's always so
about
confusing
that.
because I know most
I know what you're
ritual is
thinking.
I hit and then I cast,
No
but I
idea.
can't do
Yeah,
that.
I know what you're thinking
Sorry.
on that, so we'll
I
figure
guess-
that later after the game. But
As my bonus, just cast spiritual weapon. It obviously will have summoning
spiritual weapon
sickness.
does get to attack on its cast.
Does
I
it?
believe.
I thought it was like summoning sickness on it.
I think when your spiritual weapon appears, you should be able to make an attack with it on the appearance of it.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's how it's written. You create a
Obviously,
floating
this
spectral weapon
beautiful,
within
like
range.
fall-colored maple leaf comes out.
Yeah, that's right. Maze has a favored leaf
Yes.
that pops up. The "Oh Canada" button. I need one of those. That would be hilarious.
Yes.
The spectral leaf appears above. Where are you placing it here?
Yeah, I'm gonna smack.
Use
It's
this
actually
as
behind the one
your-
that was attacking me.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like a little
Swing
leaf
down at
just goes
that
back and
one.
whap.
So you have
So
an attack roll.
I do have to do an attack roll.
Yeah. When you
Which
cast
would
a
be
spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of a weapon. So yes.
Okay, 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
Okay, and that
So
is
it's
a
1d8 plus your
1d8
spell
plus
casting
1.
modifier.
Is this a d8? No, that is not a d8.
The one that looks like that, but smaller.
Yeah. 7.
7 points.
7 leaf damage.
On the new guy.
Use razor leaf.
And
Because I would just cast it behind him, so he smacked me, I get smacked back. So now they both have taken damage.
okay.
I got that. I got that.
And
Yeah.
have both now taken damage. Speaking of them taking damage, that one that had been up on you guys initially, being prevented from moving the last time by Strats is going to take 2 weapon attacks against you and then go to bite as well.
Yeah.
First sword
You look
attack
tasty.
is a 14.
No.
Okay, second one is worse.
Yeah.
And the bite attack is a roll of a 17, so that theoretically hits. Because its total is 23.
Okay, yeah.
Like, what's the bonus?
That's what I was like, what's
Yeah, I just want to like it definitely.
Yeah.
So, let's see. It is what a 10. And that is 4 plus 3, so 7 points of piercing damage plus 10 points of acid damage.
Whew.
And that was on Strats. And that is its turn, I believe. Yeah. It's not going to do anything else.
So how much?
Because it's convinced that if it runs away now, it's going to get hit again. So
How much?
It knows I'll get hit again.
10
10 acid.
10 acid,
8.
4 plus 3, 7.
Oh, yes, it was
of
7.
The other.
Okay.
8 is the average of what that is.
Yeah, yes, it
Not the
is.
average of what those numbers are, but the average of what the
Yeah.
possible rolls are.
Yep.
And that is Ilanwar now.
All right. The one that I'm still got Hunter's Mark on it, I'm going to try to hit it with my sharpshooter skill.
You're gonna have to move just a little bit, but I assume you would do.
Yeah,
that
I'll
just so
move a
you get
little
clean
bit. I
shot at
I
it.
can shoot with 3/4 cover without any.
It basically had full cover from so many people around it, but now you can kind of weave it through
across.
there, especially
Perfect.
using sharpshooter if it works. So do the thing.
Let's make sure I do the thing right.
Yeah, it's
a -5. Yes.
And if it hits, then it's plus 10, right?
So that is 16 plus 4, so 20.
That does hit.
Boom, headshot.
Boom.
That's after the -5.
Yeah, so I have a +9 bonus, so it did
so
+4
you did
bonus.
+4 instead.
Okay.
Nice. Right. It's a smart way to
This
do
is
it.
like,
I like
Yep.
it.
nice.
Keep that in mind.
Yes. Don't add in, subtract, just do it once.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we're gonna. And it's got Hunter's Mark on it.
Yeah, at least you remember that.
Since I remembered
All
it,
the dice, I just like.
Like, let's roll everything I have.
That's level 20.
Yeah.
Level 20 is like, all right.
Okay, I need more dice, guys. Okay.
27 points of damage.
On the one you Hunter's Mark?
Yes, the one with Hunter's Mark.
Let me math for a second. Yeah, those numbers as well make it that. So, you fire Lustabas through, finally getting the hit that you've been looking for with.
Oh, how's
You
that
disintegrate the center of this creature.
Nice.
feel? Yikes.
Its arms fall to one side, its head falls back to the other, and it is dead.
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 D-E-D.
And your Hunter's Mark floats up into the air.
And we'll land on the one next to it.
And
That thing helps to know that, like, hey,
It doesn't
you have
say
that.
on Wusterbass, but because all 3 of those are in proximity, do they have to do?
Yeah, do we have to do
saving
a
throws?
Save?
It's directed.
Okay.
So no, it's what it hits. It's
Okay.
more of like it's a forward motion. There's a potential for the amount of distance that it travels if it fails the save to cause that individual to run into something else, which
Okay.
could then cause another thing to happen.
So like a domino
So
effect.
the
that's
arrow
kind of
just
a
go into
discretionary
it and
issue.
then
Okay.
But in general, it does not
Imagine-
cause and it's not an area effect.
Imagine
It's an
firing a
individual effect.
gun, but instead of like a bullet that does like a lot of
like
damage in one
infantry.
small spot, imagine it shooting
It's shooting
at the same velocity like a big, like just
Well,
a big
once it
mortar.
once it impacts,
Realistically,
it's like a hollow
The
point. So
reason why
it
people are able to like take
Oh,
cannonballs,
hollow point. Okay.
you know, in
yeah.
like circuses is because it's actually spread out over such an area.
Okay.
all right.
know
Well,
why I
I
was picturing
will
going in
with
and
my
then-
second shot. I will shoot the other one.
True, you have more shots.
And I will again use sharpshooter on that one as well. That
This
is
guy.
a 13 to hit.
A 13 to hit does not hit.
Does not
So,
hit.
off in the distance, blowing off some of the side of the column that it hits.
Oh,
into.
sorry about the castle. Oh,
I can mend it
Excessive
later.
amount of damage, just a little little plasterful.
I'll mend that later.
man,
And
man.
that was
That is my turn.
So Kate's mine.
All right. Well,
On the opposite side here, so
I'm gonna step around to. Yep, like that. And I'm gonna
I recognize those demons.
hit it with my sword.
oh, you're gonna
What?
So
The
you're switching
sword?
weapons? Cool. Which you can do just
Yeah, just
freely.
at
It's
will.
I mean it's go and
Yeah.
done.
Well, it's
So-
basically like, well, this is a hammer. Just kidding. It's a sword.
Yeah, exactly. So what you see, what you guys
roulette.
see is Kale step around Maze with this
in.
massive maul, and he swings it up over his head, and it transforms
You
into
need
the
a ring
great
like
sword you've
this
seen
instead of
before.
numbers. It's different weapons. Like you
18.
spin it,
And that
and you're
does
like,
hit,
damn it.
slicing down into the shoulder and clavicle of this creature.
Another 18.
He slides through and then hits from the other side, doing an excessive amount of damage
I need to heal next round
because Paladin.
because
31.
I did say excessive, right? Okay, so you do
I mean,
31
it's kind of like a crit if you hit on both.
Right, yeah, I mean,
That's true.
That's why.
doubles-ish, so yeah, for sure. So, and that's everything for you, right?
Yeah, I don't have any real bonus action stuff.
Perfect.
I'm not doing anything crazy.
Perfect. So it then, for sake of imagination, things up here are just happening now. It's now its turn, and it will seek to retaliate against you by first casting its darkness again over the space here, filling the entire area here with magical darkness. And will then take its attacks, being advantage-defied. The first one being a 18 plus some, so 24.
Is it attacking kill?
And then 16, 19 plus
Is that
6,
not?
25.
There we go.
And
It's
then
not
its
taking away
third
that spell away.
is
There we go.
17 plus 6, so 23. 24, 23, 25. Yeah. I didn't think you had anything crazy going on there. First one does 5 points of slashing damage. The second one does 6 points of slashing damage. The third is the bite, which does, where are you? That one. 6 points of piercing damage plus 4 points of acid damage. So Kale comes up and just gores through this creature, and then it, in return, just right back at him, and then bites down on his shoulder as the blades are kind of embedded into Kale and pulls him forward and just, and then pulls everything back, and you guys lose sight in the darkness.
Okay.
So remember, you guys are back to darkness now, and we are back to Mazakin.
Will I be able? Did I see Kale next to me? Would he be within arm range?
Just this.
Roll d20.
D20. Okay. 15.
Yeah, you know he's there.
I will.
He's kind of like brushed up against you, basically, in this.
I mean, I will touch him and do Cure Wounds, which is 3D at third level, 3d8.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Well, it's just what I do.
She is a cleric,
5,
technically.
10.
19.
Yep, 19. Oh wait, plus my spell modifier, which would be 3. Yeah.
22.
Yep.
Nice. Cool. Which, if I'm not mistaken,
There's one more than.
I was gonna say more than negates.
The more than what you got.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Very cool. Okay, so that are you gonna move or anything, Mace?
Can I disengage without any retaliation, or if I move away, will he get an attack of opportunity?
You aren't sure.
I will actually, since I know he's there, I'm going to step towards his backside.
Okay, so
to get behind him. Yeah.
Are you aiming to flank, basically?
Yes.
Okay. And to do so, you'll have to move your spiritual weapon just a little bit over.
Yeah, a little bit.
And spiritual weapon attack is a bonus.
Oh yes, I do need to do that. Roll for it.
Do it.
My leaf. Leaf for disability.
And the leaf just kind of like
it whiffs.
Shimmers above, like
disadvantage.
Yeah.
What? Oh yeah, with disadvantage. Hey.
Disadvantage, yeah.
Yeah, 2.
You're rolled higher than a 2.
Yeah.
So
that'd be funny.
Rolls on that one.
With that,
Yeah, watch. That'd be my luck.
I can't see anything. Okay, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run up.
Fix that.
Next to where I think Kale is. Okay, and I'm going to.
You kind of bump into his shoulder. You're like, oh.
I'm gonna bring out. Put Wooster Bass away and bring out the 2 short swords.
Okay.
I attempt to hit him with
sense
those.
mode.
Did you get your?
I'm in the middle of a fight and he just bumped into me.
Perfect. So,
that's an insight. It's a 7.
7. You have no idea who this is.
With disadvantage.
It's in the water.
First one does not hit.
Okay, that'll work.
It was a 2 and a 5, and that's a 6 and a 6.
A 6 and a.
So they're both.
Yeah.
So it would be a 13 total.
Okay, yeah. Those do not
Roll
hit.
both of
So
them
you just
6.
run forward, bump into Kale, and go. oh God, what's going on here? Was this the thing? And you're not sure what's going. Like maybe you swung here, but it's here. And now you guys are kind of doing.
I just parry for everything.
And Kale,
Right.
now it is on you.
All right, so my initial reaction was just kind of shove whatever it was.
Okay. We'll just have that be like a free reaction kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'll just go
contest with the two of you. So
Ooh, a strength contest?
roll strength.
8.
9.
9. Okay, so you kind of like, and you hear this, and you just hear this noise. It's still there.
You hear the grunt. You're like, oh, okay.
Ew.
All right. So
That's how you clean it.
Yeah.
Just dry erase.
That's how you have everything
like-
still available to you now.
like I'm over here like took a lot of damage. I'm in the dark again. Got healed.
But you're still in the dark.
I feel better. Still in the dark.
How long is your spell last?
The divine sense.
Yeah.
It's until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so you do not currently have that.
It stinks that the guy who went after me
Yeah.
is the one who cast it, because I would have been like, I don't even care.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I can still see him.
Exactly, right.
But I'm just going to go ahead and... So do advantage and disadvantage
Cancel each other
if
out.
each other out?
And why would you have... Oh, because you're flanking. Yeah.
Flanking.
You would be straight roll.
Okay. 19. Nope. 22.
Yes.
Good at that.
Both of those would
I feel like
have
this is our thing. We fought with each other long enough to know I need to flank no matter what. So Kale can
generally
do
a
big
good
damage.
idea in any fight.
Yeah.
It's like always my go-to spot.
12.
12. 12 does not hit if you're doing.
Oh, that's 12
No, that's
That's right,
damage.
because you just did one attack and then
Yeah.
the
Yeah, and now I'm
12
going to
points
do
damage.
another attack because I can
Yes.
do that. And then 23.
Ooh, 23 does
To
hit.
hit. Oh. It's like, oh.
And 14, so a total of 26 damage.
Nice.
That 14 you just said, is that for the damage for this one?
Damage for the second
Okay,
attack.
cool. So that means it's that for me, for what I need. So, perfect. It is
Does it need the concentration save?
going to...
Yeah, if it's taking
Darkness
damage.
is concentration.
Yes, yeah, for your attacks it would. Because yours did hit it. And it is Constitution. Let me read the thing. Okay. It retains the spell.
Okay.
So the darkness does stay up.
Is it per hit? Or is it just over
Oh,
the...
no, I didn't do
I think
that.
it's overall. I'll do it now. And it does still stay up. Yeah, regardless of anything, it stays up.
I wasn't doing damage, I'm fine.
Right, yeah.
That was just icing for me.
Yeah. Right, it would have been. And it is now on its turn. Can it do that thing? It is in a rough spot, a very rough spot. And kind of in a rough shape as well, though none of you can physically see that
We can't
at the
see
moment.
Can't tell. We have no idea.
I can hear it heavy breathing.
That just sounds normal.
And it just
Like you heard the last
Slashes
couple of
back
attacks
out.
sound like they really bit in.
and it's going to lash back out directly in front of it at Kale. Doing 2 of its scimitar attacks, which is a
Does a spiritual weapon get attacked?
17 plus. I don't think so.
It's just
23,
hypothetical.
What is it adding?
9. What do you mean?
Like what's its attack bonus?
Plus 6.
Okay, so if it rolls anything under a 14, it misses.
Okay. So it hits on 1 slash and the bite.
Okay.
So one of the slashes will be, man, this die is rolling crap. It's been like all 2s and 3s on that d6.
Bummer.
So it's 5 points of slashing damage, and then it is, these all go together. So then 20 points of other damage. Do you have piercing resistance or acid resistance or anything like that?
You have any kind of, you have resistance.
I have resistance to elements.
To what?
Elements.
Elements like fire, ice. stuff
Fire,
like
ice,
that.
ice.
Okay.
The kind
so
of stuff that if dragons breathe it, I have resistance.
that's a
to
good
it.
point. So it's 20 points of damage then total.
Okay.
some of which is acid, some of which is piercing.
Yeah.
And it is going to go ahead and try to get into a more advantageous position. I do not believe spiritual weapon gets attack of opportunity. However, all three
Everyone
of
else
you guys
will.
would,
The actual
as it
people.
attempts to slink back to where the throne is.
And that's with disadvantage?
Yes, and everything would be disadvantaged.
Oh, because it's moving.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, because
Wait.
it's the darkness.
Disadvantage on it.
Well, but we're flanking is why it would be
Well,
countered.
would it
So
be-
that's why I'm
I wouldn't be. Would I
You
be?
guys would be straight rolls. You would be at disadvantage.
okay.
Good, because my straight roll was a 19.
Okay.
10.
You've hit.
I did
Total.
good upon and pipe most.
10.
Total was like
10. You did not hit.
27.
And you hit, and that's
Oh,
with
yeah. So
Sentinel.
I need to hit my.
Which means it doesn't, in fact, go anywhere
Oh, with yours?
whatsoever.
Yeah.
This feat's stupid.
Wait, so
This feat's so dumb.
my
I read it like there's no way
really
this is good.
Yeah.
Little OP.
with attack of opportunity. Does that count as a melee? Like, could I use my mace, or is that just with my hand or something?
It's your
It's whatever you have.
Okay.
It's whatever weapon you have.
That's at the blasting. I was wondering how do I determine that?
15 damage.
So 1d6 plus 1. Oh god.
You're not supposed to.
Poke it. There's my usual rolls. 2. 2 damage
And that feel
with my mace of blasting.
Between the two of you,
Yeah.
Ilandar, you swing out and you're like, "Ah!" You still have no idea what's going on here. You almost hit Kale. And then
No.
Kale at Strats and Maze at the same time. Also, you forgot the other part of that.
Well, I was like
Mace.
DC 13.
You did hit. So, yeah.
I was like, but do I want it to be knocked back?
So, you hit it with the
Yeah.
mace.
I
And as
poked
you
it.
hit it in the chest squarely with the mace, it blasts it backwards directly into Kale's upward swing with the
Okay.
greatsword, where he cleaves directly through it. The darkness drops as the upper half and the lower half just kind of hits into Kale.
Nice.
And are you doing your +2 for your strength stuff and everything? Okay.
I
I just wanted to make sure you were
I
remembering
put it
because
in
I
my
forgot
stat
it.
as a miscellaneous bonus.
Right.
Oh,
so you
that's
can-
because I remember
I
you
had
doing that.
forgotten that
Yeah,
was the thing.
so that I wouldn't forget, but I will need to be reminded to take it out.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Just roll around.
You're just going to keep rolling around.
And what you guys have noticed throughout this is that Kira has been focusing on assisting with Nethreshara up here. A couple of hits have finally been landed across the board here. Kira's still staying out of it for the most part. However, this battle is still going on above you as this has died.
I will place it on the next creature.
On the next, the only remaining one. Whoa.
Okay, so now it is. Wow, that looks so precarious. It looks way more
I know, it
precarious
is,
from
like,
your guys'
hanging
perspective
off.
and the stream perspective than from my perspective.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She's just barely hanging on.
I like it. So, at this point, again, like I said, I rolled initiative for everything previously, so we're going into it now with a new one where I will now be rolling for Nethreshara and Irenagale.
Who?
Abigail?
Irenagale,
Renegade.
which that even for her does not hit. And Maze, what will you be doing in this situation?
So there's no more darkness. Okay, she's up there. Right? Oh, are you,
Nothing. Clear my throat.
how'd you take that much damage?
Because he said that.
You all the way up. Oh my gosh.
Everything
Well,
kind of targeted
obviously,
him.
I should probably do my job.
You see Kale over
I
there
was
kind of
like,
like leaning down on the sword, just
Yeah.
coughs up a little blood.
We will definitely do a level 3 cure wounds on that. That's a 3d8. I thought you were okay.
I mean,
I already healed you
technically, I'm not.
once.
I was like, I healed ya.
Good thing you did, because he'd be down.
That's true.
Yeah, I'd actually be like way in the red.
14.
Plus.
Oh yeah, plus my
Should be 17 total. Plus
17. Yeah, because that's my third level. 17 damage or heals, not
Hovering right
damage.
at 50% health. All fight.
17 negative damage. Yeah, that's why. Because I said damage, I'm like, wait, no. And vampiric touch. No, I'm kidding. And I heal myself. Ha! I would not do that. Or would I?
So, Elandor.
I will.
Unless Maze has
Bonus action, spiritual weapon's gonna move behind Floaty chick to start. Oh, yeah, moving in behind her to smack her.
I don't know if this will even show up on the camera.
We need to go look for.
We're
gonna go get a leaf.
Those
We're gonna get a leaf.
soon, maybe.
Yeah.
Why do you think
My battery just died on my phone.
Oh gosh.
It battery just died.
I did not bring your charger. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. Pull its phone.
Yep.
Or the stat
It
sheet.
is on the
Yeah.
memo.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I think. I pretty much know what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna shoot it.
It died like right
I was
at
gonna
9.
say, if it's
I was
a
like, it's
two-hander, I get a +9 on my attack roll. And if it's
I don't have that leaf anymore.
and it's 2d6 + 6.
I was trying to do it from looking over here, and I couldn't. I pushed it the wrong way. Yeah, you can see it. All right. Kind of, sort of.
Nice.
Cool.
The first one is a 14 to hit.
14 to hit that one. I assume you're not shooting at Nethreshara or any of your companions.
No, I would not.
Or any dead bodies. So. Elandor just turns over and shoots a dead body. I got you.
I've punched
So you
one
said
before.
14
14.
does not hit.
The second one was a 17.
17 does not hit. And if that's everything for you,
Is it? I will.
Is it?
I will back up next to Kira.
like directly next to you or kind of over here?
Next to her.
Okay.
Let's stand and.
You do have wings right now, just
I know,
to-
I know,
as a
I know,
reminder-
I
just
know.
as a reminder for positioning yourself if you need it.
All right. I haven't used this in a while. I'm gonna use 28 points of my lay on hands pool and hit myself.
Oh, nice. You're just gonna get better.
Yeah. Instant heal.
Yeah.
It's like the ultimate
So she
face
heals me, and
palm.
I'm like, all right, okay.
Yeah, you're over there and you're like begging for healing. And Maze is like, okay, fine. She
She hits
heals
me with
you.
like 17
And then
points.
you're
I'm
like,
like, that's cute. 28.
Nice. And he just kind of like, and as he does this, you see this kind of golden, silvery, like energy just sparkles around him. Smacks his
I
sword.
thank her. Thank you. Now let's go get this last one.
Yes.
Sure. So, are you going to move anywhere position-wise or anything?
I'm gonna position myself next to Nethreshara.
Okay. On the ground?
Up in the air.
Huh?
Up in the air.
Okay, cool.
Flying. We can pretend he's flying.
Give you the
In the air.
paladin glow.
Oh.
You see Kale's wings now shoot off the ground. He jumps up into the air and steadies himself.
Cheese the Sentinel.
And that will bring us to Irenigale, which she will, seeing what has taken place down below, kind of look around frantically but not afraid. Like there's no, you sense no fear off of this, but it's just a taking in everything around her, calculating her situation, and will, that's right, that's a thing. She
Fun fact. Sentinel got revised. It's
she will
Oh, really?
I don't have to be adjacent to the ally that's getting attacked.
shoot down at Maze, Elandor, and Kira. And what she shoots are these kind of like these darts that she just comes out of the bracers of her armor, which is this otherworldly, would be quite beautiful if it wasn't what you were combating against, blackened plate armor that fully covers her body. As she shoots this out, she does against, let's double check something here. Okay, against Maze, we'll go in order from around there. Against Maze, a 25.
That hits.
And I'll go ahead and do, just to square everything away for you, I'll do your damage stuff on that, which is...
Clicked on the wrong one.
That one plus, Okay. I'll need you to do a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Add 2.
Let's see. That'd be 17.
Okay, so you...
Oh, that is on my... Oh, plus yours.
19.
Yeah, it's 19. Sorry. Plus your 2.
You take 4 points of damage the moment it hits into you, and then you feel this pulse that takes on, and you take an additional... Where is what I want? That's that one. This one. An additional 5, 12 points of poison damage, but you shake off the effects of the poison and are not considered poison. So you take the damage, but you don't get the effect.
And Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah, because you can see her.
Yep,
so,
I can see her. So Dex save of 14.
Okay.
But that determines if she takes full or half, or these both damage. Yeah.
Which she does succeed on.
So rolled 6, so she only takes 3 damage.
Okay. So I should mark that down, maybe, right?
Vanderens. I don't have any cell service down here either.
Connect the Wi-Fi.
I don't. Can we take a quick break?
I'll send that to you, and then you can tell him what it is.
What? I need to take a quick bathroom break too.
Just leave your mic on, but
just remove
and
it.
then just send that to me. I'll go upstairs and hopefully get Wi-Fi service up there, or at least cell signal up there, because I don't have any.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Wait.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna have to take
there's
a short
dog
break.
up there.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna get David a bottle for intense combat when he needs a bathroom. So
Nervous
we
bladder,
are going
apparently.
to go to a very quick break here, and that's because I don't want him to get eaten by the dog that's upstairs. Yeah. So just a moment here.
Doggaroo.
We will be right back.
Me, I retaliated, and then she has to do everyone else's damage.
We're back, as you can see. Sorry about that, but stuff happens.
Nature calls.
Nature is an important situation to deal with.
Especially when you're like an elf
we don't
or something.
want that on the street. So elves have small bladders,
It's the wrong kind of stream.
Right, exactly. It's the wrong kind of stream.
I'm afraid of the darkness. It got me.
It was Elanduar's turn coming up on here.
Okay.
So
Didn't I take?
She just attacked her.
Yeah, she's attacked.
she just attacked. So
Before it gets to
Kale.
his, I'm gonna react.
Yep, using his reaction in Sentinel because she had attacked.
Did she do damage to me?
Oh yeah, that's right.
You only rolled on me.
Yeah, we only did.
I only rolled the attack even on.
Yeah.
It's like I know how much I did. It's like I don't know how much my.
Oh, I mean, I'm swole. You do your damage first, because.
Tell me what the thing is.
It's in that 20.
Okay, perfect. Start mathing for me.
Yep. I'm on it.
Because a natural 20 does hit.
Really?
For Elanduar, it is 6 plus.
Yeah, that's fine.
8, 14, or no, 7, 13. Does that hit?
No.
Okay. So shoots down at you, and you kind of dodge out of the way, and then Kira also dodges out of the way as well. And
Is she a fiend?
You would have known that from what you cast earlier. Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's how many
Yeah,
feet
it's
am I rolling, whether I know it or not.
Yeah. Which I'm just narratively, you would have known it.
Yeah. All right, so I'll re-roll that one. Is it all the dice that get doubled?
All dice get doubled on a critical. Yep.
Okay, so 6. And then there's 11, so 17.
Maybe this will be an easier fight.
20,
than we thought.
23, so 46. 52.
52. Goodness.
Wow.
It's a big total so far already. And yeah, because it was a natural 20, something else doesn't come into play. So that's very interesting.
Sucker.
Yeah. And
She activated my trap card.
Yeah, she did.
both Kira and Thrissa. Okay, so she's taking more damage in this as Kira shoots up 2 arrows, and Nethreshara takes her swords and slash across her. Damage will be done, and I will add that in. She's still alive. And that brings us around to Maze.
I will cast Bless at level 1. That's pretty much what I got left. And let me double check on level 1 if I can. 3 creatures of choice. So I will like to cast it on our archer, our paladin, and both archers actually.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'm not putting it on myself. I'm just gonna stand here and concentrate on this.
Okay.
And what does that do?
She's also just.
So what Bless does is whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number.
You basically add a d4 to every attack. You also add it to your damage, don't you, as well? Or is it just the attack?
I think it's just.
No, it says just the attack. Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure. I'd heard it a couple
I think it was at a higher level, but I'm casting this at level 1.
Ilandor.
I will use sharpshooter on it.
Okay.
And
Since I just got
spiritual
blessed.
weapon attack.
Okay, so roll your attack there.
Oh, no, never mind. It was an 8.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're good.
Sense
It whiffed. It blew it.
24.
24
to hit.
Does hit.
Boom. And we do all of those. Man, those are
Next up will be Kale.
6. So
Excellent. Yes.
15 points of damage with the first arrow.
15. Okay.
15 points. And the second arrow I'm going to use sharpshooter on.
Okay.
And that's a natural 1.
Okay. So how much was the first damage?
15. 15 total.
15 is 9 and 1.
My bless was a 1 as well. So, like 2.
Okay, I was like, how'd you get a 1 with the 1?
In grand total,
yeah,
amongst
no matter what,
yourselves
yeah.
and
So
the
even
other
with
2 elves done exactly 99 points of damage.
Yeah,
in like a round, basically.
Good.
It's pretty sweet. Kale.
Yeah. All right. So first attack is a non-natural 20.
Okay, that just hits.
Is not going to hit on the second attack.
Okay.
Should have pushed my luck. All right. So this one's going to hit.
You've done quite a bit so far, though,
And I'm
just on
going
reactions.
to-
Right?
All right. I'm going to
Sentinel.
level 2 smite.
Okay.
Give me these. Thanks. Awesome.
You're welcome.
All right.
Checking the hit points.
Math.
Everybody's powers are going down.
Yeah, 12. What is this?
At least I can save his
16.
power.
Right. Yeah, 22, 27, 34, 40.
40 total? Okay.
Damage?
Yeah,
I rolled
he rolled
really
really nice. 6s all around.
You can do double damage.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
She is still up, though.
Like a boss.
Is she looking pretty good?
Not looking too shabby.
Okay.
Still
I mean,
take her out
you
on a
figure
date.
she's
She'll be fine.
She's taking
Big
a lot of
person.
damage, but she's still holding it together, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like you can, there's visible wounds, but her eyes are not diminished in any manner. And it is her turn now, which, having been hit so heavily by Kalistrats, she is going to turn on you and lash out
How dare.
two-handed with this blackened, shadowed blade, just 3 attacks against you, focusing all of her energy on taking out the one that is hurting her. However, the first one is only a 13, which does not hit. What's your AC?
20.
20, okay.
Yeah.
And the second one is definitely going to hit with a 26. And that one's going to hit with a 23. So 2 of the 3 do hit, which is going to be... Oh, where's that die at? That one. And then... Oh, no, sorry. That's actually the wrong one.
Oh no, I don't need this D8.
I need the D10, yeah. It's accurate. The first one is going to be 10 points of slashing damage plus 12, 15 points of poison damage. However, this one does not cause you to have to do a Constitution save because it's the sword. Right. The ranged weapons have the save, the melee does not.
Resistance against poison, so 8?
It's half, whatever half is, yeah.
So 10 slashing and 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, so you take all of that and you go right before her, so you actually have your reaction back now. That's interesting. However, regardless, she is going to go to reposition. So she's going to fly back over to this area.
She makes an attempt.
Huh?
Yeah. 27.
He got excited, yeah.
Actually, does not hit. She has a specific thing that she can do that prevents situations like that.
Like a legendary?
Yeah, she has a specific kind of legendary parry type action that adds a big bonus to her AC. Just
well,
missed.
Then.
I don't know.
Yeah.
31. Is it actually 31?
Yeah.
You do hit them.
He can't.
Yeah, just over hitting actually then.
Bless you.
All right. Well, we're gonna smite her.
I would imagine so at this point.
Yeah. Probably angry.
Whatever. It's there-ish.
Rolls. Oh, hey, these are both re-rollable. Less big rolls, but still big rolls. Okay, so 10, 19, 27 plus 6 is 33. 33. And she goes nowhere.
She goes nowhere.
To which I say, you're going nowhere.
She looks back at you, just eyes locked on you now. Doesn't say a word back and just stares at you.
Into the ring, I whisper.
This is gonna hurt.
Okay.
Effectively.
I whisper to the dead demon next to me, I think she likes him.
And other things are going to happen with Kira and Nethreshara.
Yeah.
However, will not likely be enough to end this. So, Maze, what will you be doing?
Well, I guess I should do my thing. That will drop my bless if I heal.
They actually both missed. So it definitely doesn't do anything. So what will you be doing?
I will remember.
A standing paladin is better. A standing paladin is better than a dead paladin.
I know.
The paladin
Pushes Kale away, jumps up.
I will do healing word on our paladin.
Okay.
Which is 2d4. Oh man, I tucked those away.
What's the range on that?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. 60 feet.
You're good.
Okay.
I mean, you have to move like here, but you're good.
Gotcha. So
that's why we need
3.
the map.
Yeah.
The actual map. Just coming next.
Because I have to do healing word because the other one's touched, and I'm like,
Yeah. Hey, if you want this, come here.
Feel better.
Maze just goes, feel better. And you take however many hit points up.
Jeez.
Okay.
Okay, so that's that cast. And bonus action, leaf attack.
Okay, perfect. Yep, roll your attack for that.
Oh, that was a 19. Good
Just
job,
misses.
Leaf. Wait, it does?
Well, 19 plus. You don't have any
drop.
bonuses? You don't have any bonuses?
Oh, me?
To hit?
On a leaf, it's... Well, okay, wait. Would it be +4 for the... It's a spell attack, isn't it? So...
Does it say
You use your spell modifier?
See, let me look at the... Where's it at? Spiritual weapon. It's a new thing. I just learned it.
Where is...
Spiritual weapon is +4. It says right there on your
Where do you
dex.
see it?
So you look at the spell, like your actions and your spell.
Oh, okay.
One bonus action, 60 feet
So
+4, 1d8
23
+1.
to
23
hit.
does hit.
1d8.
Is she gonna kill her with a leaf?
That'd be horrible because...
Maze came back from the dead with a leaf. Will she get a kill with a leaf?
5 damage.
She does not get a kill with a leaf yet.
That'd be funny.
Next time.
There's
Next
always
time on
next.
Swing a Leaf.
Yes.
Which
Where's that
now
leaf
makes
go?
it Ilanduar's turn.
All right, I will attempt to shoot at the first. Is Bless still up?
No, I had to drop
you
it.
did drop
here.
it?
Yeah.
All right, I will use Sharpshooter.
That blue dice you have?
Nat 20. Nat 20.
You have the light, it glows. It's really cool.
Okay.
All right. So
We saved all of our nat 20s for the boss.
yes. Oh man.
Listen to all of them.
Oh man.
But then you hear the, aww.
Oh.
Right?
Man.
I mean, it's just, you double all of this.
Yeah. That's
All ones. Double it.
Yeah.
yeah. One of them was
He's
a
like, at
one.
least you double it.
24. 28. 38 points of damage.
You owe man 38 points of damage?
Yeah, well, it was with the Sharpshooter with the positive 10.
Yeah.
Do I need to take a second shot?
I need to math.
You can get ready for a second shot. I mean, I punched a dead thing before because I was like, I rolled so well. I still did it.
I'm going to take the second shot
Take
just
the second shot.
just
to
because,
see what
even if she
happens.
isn't.
Yeah.
That's a 16, so it'll be +9.
25.
25 would hit, yes.
Yeah.
However,
Oh no, it'll be +4 because of the Sharpshooter. So
Yeah.
so and 20, straight 20.
20 just hits.
Okay.
So roll your damage on that.
Is that? Oh, that's a 1 again. Jeez, guys. 10.
You need savage attacker.
27.
27 points of damage? Mm-hmm. Feel free to describe how you take the Renegale out of the sky.
Abigail.
So with my first shot, Sharpshooter, I'm gonna hit her right where the wing hits, and that as that one explodes, I'll hit her with right where the other wing is attached.
Okay, so she had attempted to turn and fly away. Kale struck her kind of in the lower back, like across her kind of hip area, and then Elanduar steps up and two blasts of thunderous energy strike into the back of Irenegale, and she is thrown forward and downwards into the stone. And as she hits the ground, a breath escapes her, and she... I have this written down specifically for her, what happens if she died. Yeah, she does what I thought she did. She hits the ground, and as the breath escapes her, her physical form into the same shadowy energy that was leaking off the sword itself, and floats throughout the space, kind of sporadically swirling through the area, and then out through the top. And everything that she was wearing, however, remains. The armor, the weaponry that she had on her, all of that remains. However, there is no body. And that's where we'll pick things up next week.
I gotta remember to loot body.
Thank you guys for joining us. Went a little bit late, about 30 minutes late tonight, so thanks for sticking it out. And thank you guys for sticking out as well so we could get through this big point here. And we will pick up all of this at 7 p.m. Central, right back here at twitch.tv/RoleThis.
I'm gonna need some familiar coffee
next
to
Monday.
to
I need
make
some
it through the
coffee.
See you
night.
guys then. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. We'll see you next time.